Clouds and Rainbows by Tahir Muhammad. Today, in this podcast, you will learn about clouds and rainbows. This subject may seem simple, but it is not. First, we will learn about clouds and some interesting facts about these clouds. A cloud is a visible mass of condensed water vapor floating in the atmosphere, typically high above the ground. One interesting fact about clouds is that it is made up of millions of droplets of water that acts as a tiny prism. A prism is a transparent optical element with flat, polished surfaces that reflect light. The common question is, why are clouds white, but then black? The answer is because the water droplet acts as a small prism, so when the sunlight shines through, it reflects white light on the cloud. Depending on the water, the droplets, if they allow light to go through, affects the color of the clouds. Clouds appear gray when all light doesn't pass through, and if cloud reflects the sun's light, it appears white. If the cloud doesn't let the light through, it returns black, as you see in the picture above. An arc of colors formed in the sky in certain circumstances caused by the refraction and dispersion of the sun's light by rain or other water droplets in the atmosphere can be described as a rainbow. Now we will learn about rainbows and some interesting facts. A rainbow is an example of the visible light in the electromagnetic spectrum. Electromagnetic spectrum is the range of all possible frequencies of electromagnetic radiation. The colors of the rainbow are always the same. People think that a rainbow is made up of rojibbeef, but is actually made up of an entire continuum of colors we cannot see. A common question is, can you reach the end of the rainbow? The answer is no, because a rainbow is always in motion. The picture you see here with the rainbow and the leprechaun is commonly told that if you reach the end of the rainbow, you will find a leprechaun and gold. The truth is, you can never find the end of a rainbow. As I said earlier, a rainbow is in constant motion. And think of, there are millions of rainbows in the sky, just as many water droplets. Each water droplet acts as a prism. So when light shines through that prism, it makes a rainbow. Our eyes can only handle one rainbow at a time. So even though you think that you are seeing the same rainbow, you actually are not. Every time you move, you see a different rainbow at a slightly different location. And this is a common misconception that people always have. Question: how does this relate to what we are doing? Well, we're learning about light, and an example is when Mr. Engelman taught us about the t-shirts. When they reflect the color or absorb. Clouds, they reflect the white light that the sun shines through them, and then it comes back to them and they appear white. When clouds are dark, they absorb. Now you want to know why rainbows are related to what we're talking about? Well, rainbows show the example of the electromagnetic spectrum and the visible light. Also, we learned about Isaac Newton's theory with the prism. So when it rains, rainbows are shown, and that is a perfect example of what we're learning